What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, your favorite, uncle, I guess, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm back, and, today, we're gonna be talking about VTubers again. Yeah, I disappeared for 2 months, and the second I come back, I'm talking about VTubers. Don't you just like this high-quality content I'm making? Isn't this what you came for, guys? Huh? Look at how
High school sucks. High school sucks.
So as usual, let's start off by meeting the players of this little piece of drama we're going to be talking about today. 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔩 is another VTuber company headquartered in Japan. They're pretty much one of the main competitors of Hololive in the Japanese scene. In fact, I think they were pretty much #1 in the VTuber scene before like Hololive blew up in 2020, so good for them. They have a lot of VTubers under their roster, so they're a pretty successful company. They've recently just gained even more popularity ever since they started releasing English-speaking VTubers. They've even collabed with like other big streamers and indie VTubers as well. From what I can see, they don't seem to have as much restrictions as Hololive when it comes to collaborations and the like. Like, Hololive seems to keep it entirely within the company. I know they've like collabed with 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔫 and stuff like that, but there seems to be a certain area within the streaming community or content creation sphere that the company just won't let the girls touch, and that is a restriction that 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔫 doesn't seem to have. So I think that's part of the huge contribution to 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔫�'s recent growth as of late, because they'll collab with pretty much anyone as long as they're ad-friendly enough, I suppose. I think that's an accurate way to describe it. However, because they've been interacting with so many areas of the internet, it was only a matter of time before they were eventually hit with some form of controversy, and I've seen some drama happen here and there involving their talents, but like, I didn't focus too much on that because, credit where it's due, these companies really know how to handle these controversies, which is to just stay quiet and just keep making content, which is an effective strategy. It actually works as long as you haven't done like any egregious shit, as long as you haven't committed like an actual felony like grooming or pedophilia or some shit. You can pretty much get away from controversy as long as you just shut up about it and keep making content like nothing happened, or if it gets too much, you just apologize and then never speak up about it again. I've seen that shit work. That's kind of the sad reality. In truth, there's nothing you can actually do to these creators. When they fuck up, all you can do is just call it out and just hope you get the word around, I guess, because that's all you can really do. But this recent drama, though, seems to be too big for them to just ignore, and I wouldn't say the backlash was specifically huge, but it involves a problem that had been manifesting within the community for a while now, so the talents involved couldn't really just ignore what was going on, or else their fans would eventually get mad. And if you make your fans mad enough, they will stop supporting you, and the last thing any of these content creators would want is to lose money. They can say they don't care about the cash all they want, but that's just a fucking lie. They care. They 100% care, and I imagine the possibility of losing money is what pushed these specific people involved within this drama to address it in the first place. Okay, so what exactly happened? Well, to give you the full picture, I first have to tell you about Vox Akuma. He is a member of 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔫�'s male English branch. If I'm not mistaken, his group is the first wave of English-speaking male VTubers that 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔫 put out, and they have been increasing in popularity a lot over the past few months, so they're kind of a big deal. So something you need to keep in mind about Vox, he is basically the corpse husband of VTubers. He has that deep, sexy voice and shit like that, so his audience is almost entirely made up of horny teenage girls with daddy issues and gay little femboys. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm telling you that's his main demographic here. And like with a lot of VTubers whose main appeal is how sexy and, you know, attractive they are, which is basically like 90% of VTubers, his fans are a bit schizophrenic, they're a bit fucking obsessed and unhinged, so that's where the problem came in. On the 29th of May, Vox hosted an ASMR stream where he roleplayed as the viewer's boyfriend, and they went on a little date. It's really fucking gay and cringe in my opinion, but if that's the kind of content you watch, then whatever, I guess. I'm not here to judge your choice of content. Whatever makes you happy, dude. However, in the middle of the stream, in the middle of the date, Vox got a message from another member of 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔩 called 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔪, who is a member of the female English-speaking branch of 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔩. So they're pretty close friends, and she was calling him in the middle of the stream to ask him about Five Nights at Freddy's, of all things. Yeah, she was having trouble with the game apparently, and she called him in the middle of the stream to ask for help. And Vox took it in stride. He played along. He ad-libbed a bit, and then after he finished the call, he went straight back into character and continued with his e-boy boyfriend roleplay, whatever. The stream went on without any issues. That was supposed to be where it ended. It was just a little hiccup during the stream. They had a little banter. That was it. But the Vox Akuma fans, I think they're called kindreds or whatever, they took that little mishap a bit too personally and started harassing 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔩, even going so far as to send some death threats, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't paying attention enough to see the worst of it, but luckily, 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔪𝔪 on Twitter compiled a bunch of these terrible things that people were sending her way, so let's read some of them, shall we? You really want to be his girlfriend, don't you? But the sad truth is he treats you just as a good friend. I am so sorry for you. What a pity. OMG, so cute, baby 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔪𝔪. I would forgive you for everything you do, even though you ruined my perfect date. You gotta love the emojis, dude. People will say the most unhinged and egregious shit imaginable, and then they'll put emojis like that. Like, it's so fucking... No kindred mentioned you at first. You are the one who said what's to destroy things, then tries to scold kindred at the first place. Next time, deal your own problems. Do not scratch them to kindreds. We are not your problem solver.
I'm a heaver, that bad guy. I've seen some of these documentaries. I ain't believing none of that. Hey, the game government ain't no getting no.
You just like a fucking idiot to show your poor little thoughts. These words are only for what you have done today, and I hope you know you just a colleague to him. Watch your fucking mouth! We are dating. It's a boyfriend ASMR, and you obviously knew it. I just want to say that better you don't do this again, blush emoji, when I'm on a date with my boyfriend. You ruined my mood. I hope you don't think there's nothing wrong with what you've done this time. This is the last time I say everything in a polite mode. Holy shit, dude. This bitch is unhinged. What the fuck? So yeah, a lot of fatherless behavior going on in the timeline. Vox did try to just brush this under the rug. He thought he could just stay silent throughout this whole thing. He did a Minecraft stream like the very next day, if I'm not mistaken, and then he addressed the situation in that stream. According to his fans, he was downplaying the situation. He seemed to insinuate that it was 𝔉𝔢𝔪𝔠𝔢𝔪's fault, and you know, people just weren't happy with his initial response. He seemed to not be taking any responsibility whatsoever, according to his fans. I'll show the timestamp for when he addresses the drama on that stream specifically on screen right now, so you can go check that out yourself and make your own judgment. I personally didn't have any real problems with his initial response. Don't get me wrong, his fans are fucking insane and unhinged, but I don't agree with the notion that a creator is responsible for his fan base. You can try and moderate the toxicity and overall degeneracy in your fan base, but you can't get rid of all of them, and there's no real way to really stomp out that shit in your community, especially if you're a creator with as big of a following as Vox Akuma has. I suppose you could make the argument that he is being 100% negligent and not moderating his community at all. I guess you could make that argument, but if you're going to try and push all the shit that his fan does onto him and make it entirely his fault, then I have to disagree with you on a basic moral stance, because a creator is not responsible for his fan base. I don't agree with that notion at all. It would be an entirely different story if he's actively encouraging his fans to do terrible shit, because that would be a call to action. But if he's just minding his own business and making content, but his fan base acts out without him telling them to do anything, then that's not his fault. I don't see the point in blaming him for that kind of shit. But nonetheless, the disappointment of his fans did eventually get to Vox, and he fired up a second stream, this time dedicated to the situation itself, and he addressed discussed all the issues, and basically he just bowed down to every piece of criticism that his fans were throwing at him. He disavowed the terrible behavior, and he basically said he was going to start moderating his community better and set stricter boundaries, and I think that's a good move. Certainly wouldn't want him going through a Rusia incident, so yeah, good for him.
You, listening, are not someone that I know personally. When I make content, you are more than welcome to enjoy it in whatever way that you would please. That makes me happy. It really, really does. But you do not know me. I am an entertainer. I am here to make you smile. I'm here to make you laugh. And that's about it. You and I are not in a relationship, nor most likely will we ever be. I know this may be really upsetting to hear, but when it comes to the kinds of things that you have been doing, I can't hold this back any longer. I'm sorry.
So with that being said, that is where the drama ends, and the moral of the story is, touch grass, go outside and make some friends, and get your life in order, man. Put down the VTubers and start fixing your life. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. If you want to see actual good videos that I'm proud of, then go check out my main channel. And if you don't want to take my advice to get your life in order and would like to strengthen our parasocial relationship, then give me a follow on Twitter. You know, I promise it'll strengthen the bond between us, you know? So anyway, yeah, that's it, bye.